former President of the Republic of Ghana, members of the Functional Executive Committee of the party, members of the National Executive Committee of the NDC, leadership of the minority group in Parliament, and our hard-working MPs, former ministers of state present here, members of the diplomatic corps, Nime, Naime, Nananum, Togbeo, and other eminent traditional leaders, party executives, and delegates from the regions, constituencies, and branches, representatives of political parties here present, who lead contestants in today's national elections of the NDC, distinguished invited guests, our friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen. The prolific writer William Shakespeare wrote, "Small and great welcome make a merry feast." As we gather this morning to commence the Congress of the Great National Democratic Congress, NDC, I, on behalf of the Functional Executive Council or Committee of the Party, the National Executive Council, the organizing committee of this Congress, and all other organs of the party, welcome you warmly to the Accra Sports Stadium for this historic event. I trust that at the end of our Congress, we will all make a merry feast. The 10th Congress of our party is significant for a variety of reasons. I will share a few of these reasons with you. We are having a Congress at a time when this country is going through a plethora of excruciating economic, social, and political challenges. For the first time in the history of our dear country, the hard-earned income and investment of hard-working Ghanaians and pensioners are being forcefully subjected to strange haircuts like Topio Joe and Bush. 6 years down memory lane, Ghanaians thought they had voted for the new Patriotic Party MPP to provide economic management that they claimed they alone could deliver. Little did voters know that they had voted for barbers who only knew haircut like Grace Jones and Punk. They cannot even barber their own president Ecuador properly, leaving him with a Sakura head. Fellow Catamansonians, another reason why our Congress is historic is that it is taking place at a time when Ghanaians agree on the monumental catastrophe that the Akufo-Addo-Bawumia-led government represents. The teachers are saying the MPP is a catastrophe. Nurses say the MPP is a catastrophe. Truck drivers say the MPP is a catastrophe. Civil servants say catastrophe. The private sector say catastrophe. Aboso accounts papers dealers say catastrophe. Traders say catastrophe. Barbers say, bankers say catastrophe. International rating agencies say catastrophe. Civil society organizations say catastrophe. Kaya say catastrophe. Okada riders say catastrophe. Galam say catastrophe. The media say catastrophe. Our traditional leaders say catastrophe. University don't say catastrophe. Religious organizations say catastrophe. Labor unions say catastrophe. Doctors say catastrophe. The Black Stars say catastrophe. Even the witches and villagers from Chepi say catastrophe. NPP's Akufo Addo Bawumia catastrophe sentinel. Ajibabia. The NPP catastrophic performance in government has been so repugnant that their own party could not stand the stench of their own rotten government. They started what looked like a cleansing and deodorizing exercise by demanding the sack of Ken Ofori-Atta as finance minister. Now the chief barber, that is the significance of the time in which we are staging a congress of our political party. Political leadership in Ghana has never in our history descended into the abyss in which we find ourselves today. The electorate has lost trust and confidence in the NPP government. The little that was left of trust was blown away when President Akufo Addo looked Ghanaians in the eyes during one of his Sunday fellow Ghanaians broadcasts on television, national television, and told us that there will be no haircut on investment. Only for the chief barber, Ofori-Atta, to announce the following week with clippers, scissors, razors, blade in hand, that there will be haircut. And that some haircut will even be with broken bottles. That was what the height of deceit. And that was the height of deceit that any government, any president and government could ever have engaged in, which was made even more hurtful by the fact that it was a very survivor that they were playing their games, our very survivor that they are playing their games with. Distinguished invited guests, fellow Akatamansonians, coming closer home, our Congress today is also historic because it is first following the bold and heroic turnout of our party executive, foot soldiers across the country in the 2020 elections. The zeal and commitment with which you campaigned in the 2020 elections saw the great NDC almost winning majority of seats in Parliament. The manifestation of that stellar performance of our party executives gathered here is a huge hang parliament, is the hang parliament that we have, the first in the history of our country. Let nobody steal that hard work and achievement from you with any convoluted narration of related and inevitable events. Your tenacity on the campaign trail in 2020 enabled our indefatigable MPs to find a strong voice for the marginalized masses of our country whose interests we represent. I am proud of your exploits in the 2020 campaign, even as my teacher said, there is room for improvement. I am delighted that as party chairman, I was the conductor of the orchestra with you as the choir that almost snatched Parliament from the president. That was historic. In 2024, we will snatch not only Parliament, but also the presidency from the MPP government, inshallah. Fellow party members, this Congress is also historic by all standards. For the first time in the history of this country and the history of our great party, we have a general secretary challenging his boss, the party chairman for the position. We have witnessed the fiercest contest ever for the general secretary position of the party. The contest for national women organizers was ferocious, and that of the national youth organizer was brazenly hot. The embers of that are yet to cool down. The internal contests point to how democracy is beautiful within the NDC. It shows that our internal processes are working. I want our detractors to know that our party still remains strong and will come out of today's elections even stronger. The chairmanship contest between the party chairman and the general secretary will not destroy the NDC. We are all too strong and too intelligent for that. Let those false political prophets from the opposing side who are predicting Armageddon after today's election be clear in their mind that today will rather mark a renaissance of the great Akatamansonians. Today will mark the beginning of our march towards rescuing Ghana from the wickedness, ineptitude, and catastrophic MPP government. This brings me to the last significance of today's Congress that I will want to talk about. There are many more, though Ghanaians are today looking for an alternative to the catastrophic government that we have. They are looking for political leaders who place their concerns, anxiety, hope, and vision at the center of government decision. They are looking for leaders who will not direct assets and opportunities to their children, brothers, cousins, mamas, and clans, men, and damn all others. Indeed, Ghanaians are looking for a president who listens to them, a president who has no fear of reshuffling a palpably catastrophic group of ministers, a president who will not refuse to sack the disastrous finance minister, even when his own party says so. The only reason why Ken Ofori-Atta is still finance minister is that he is the president's cousin, and he financed the president's campaign to be president. Not because he has any competence. It's out there for all of us to see. Even when his cousin is leading Ghana into untold hardship with his hopeless lack of capacity and capability, he still keeps him at post, and we are still all damned. Ghanaians are looking for leaders who can trust, leaders who can walk the talk, leaders with a heart who put the country first and all others second. The NDC must seize this opportunity and restore trust in the conduct of national politics. That is the time we are in today. Fellow Akatamansonians, through our actions and decisions, we must signal that the NDC is a party of choice for Ghanaians. The outcome of this Congress should assure our teaming supporters and the army of voters who are disappointed in the MPP government that with the NDC in the driving seat, Ghanaians can look up to the future with a lot more hope and optimism. Let us leave here with a clear message to Ghanaians that the NDC, is very responsive to the cry of the people. Why is that? Let us not forget the African proverb which says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Party unity in all this is non-negotiable. And that bears our theme for this Congress, Uniting for Victory 2024. We need to be united even in the diversity in which we find ourselves. Of course, during elections like the one we will have today, one cannot expect homogeneity. Given the fact that the NDC is a massive party, we cannot all think alike and support the same person. That is just impossible. However, our differences and preferences should end in the declaration of the winners today. The battle we have is a political battle. As a political battle, it's not an internal battle. Those we are in real combat with are the MPP. That is our must-win battle. We shoot ourselves in the foot if we allow our internal elections to take a better part of us and forget that the target is not us. In the current situation which the country finds itself, we will be letting all Ghanaians down if we allow our internal sparks to go beyond today and affect our agenda for 2024 election. I believe I can count on you all to quickly regroup after today, irrespective of how the elections goal for you. This is also because, as we have it, our African proverb says, a snake that you can see does not bite. We can see ourselves as NDC members, so we cannot and must not bite one another. I guess what the proverb forgot to add is that a mosquito that you can see can also not bite. Fellow party members, where there is love, there is no darkness. So our elder says, and how true a statement it is, we should focus on our collective good by extension of the good of Ghana. Party politics is relational, and so we should build and strengthen our internal rapprochement. We are made to handle under the great umbrella, for where we will extend succor and solace to Ghanaians everywhere, shielding them from the vagaries of the different types of weather, both current and emerging, and telling every Ghanaian that we are all one, whether you are from Kumasi, Chebi, Keta, or Wale Wale. In conclusion, my task here is a simple one. It is in line with what our forefathers say. If a man does not long a journey, no one says welcome home. He feels like he has no. Fellow delegates, we remain confident that those who are yet to arrive will also arrive safely. Thanks to the Almighty God, all our delegates, I'm told, have arrived safely. May you be blessed at the end of the Congress. May you also be blessed to others. Today is just like any other. We will never happen again. Do not waste it. Our requests, sometimes tries and struggles, are exactly what a group like. I wish to thank all of you for your contribution in diverse ways in making the NDC a very strong party, and we came to meet it after we took office in 2028. Once again, I have the singular honor and privilege to declare the 10th Congress of the National Democratic Congress being held in the Accra Sports Stadium here duly open. Thank you, and God bless us all.